Hey everyone, welcome back to the course. In the previous video, we have seen how we can create a sample pipeline and how we can create the variables inside our Windows machine so that we can access those variables in our Jenkins pipeline. In this video, we'll talk about how we can create a Jenkins pipeline project using SFDX. So we are going to actually write the SFDX command inside the Jenkins pipelines. And before we go ahead, let's quickly have a project overview for you, which you are going to implement as a part of CI/CD pipeline. You have recently joined a company called TechFuse India Private Limited, and the company has decided you to put into a project where you have to set up the CI/CD pipeline using SFDX and Jenkins. As a part of this project, they already have a SFDX project which is sitting inside GitHub, and all the developers are committing their changes to the GitHub environment. And what they wanted is, with the every deployment, you need to import some data for account and contacts as well. So once you have done the deployment, you need to import some sort of data, the data they are going to provide to you. And once the deployment is done, there is a permission set that you need to assign to the admin user. So the user by which you are deploying the changes, you need to assign that permission to the user so that that admin user can have access to the newly created fields that they are creating as a part of new task, new user story, or some any other fixes. Okay. And finally, what you need to do is, once your org deployment is done, you need to open the Salesforce environment as well to validate the changes. All you need to do this is using SFDX command. So as you can see, this is a stage view that I have done. I have tested it. So first thing that you need to do is, as you know that you are going to work with a GitHub project, you need to check out the source code from the GitHub. Then you will authorize your Salesforce environment. We have already done using the command line. We are going to implement the same command into our Jenkins pipeline. Then what we will do is, as you know that the SFDX SRC folder is completely different. The SFDX project is completely different. So first what we will do is, we will convert that into the SRC folder. We have also seen this, how we can convert. Then we will push to the target environment. We will import some test data we talked about. Then we will run the local test cases, and finally we will open our Salesforce environment. So how we are going to do is, let's quickly see that. And before this video, if you haven't restarted your machine after adding the environment variable, I will recommend please go ahead and restart and then after watch this video. So this is our Salesforce production environment where we are working, and you will see, first thing I will let you know here that these are the three permission set which has been assigned currently to the correct user, which is Marketing Cloud Connector, Marketing Cloud Connector admin. These are the three permission set that I have assigned to this user. Why I am showing this? Because after running the job, we will be able to see that there is a new permission set which is assigned to this user. If you go to the account and contact records, we will not be having any contact record for this week. If I go here, select new this week, I'll not be seeing any record for both account and contact, in order to make sure that our job is doing everything. Okay, now we have done here. So there is a GitHub repository which I have prepared as a part of some other demo. So this is the repository which we are going to use. This is the public repo. You will also be able to access. I will provide you the link for this repository as well. In this repository, what we have done is, we have everything which we needed as a part of demo. If you go to this post app main default, under this folder we will see, like, we have got some classes, we have got some LWC, we have got some objects where we have fields, we have permission set, we have static resources as well. So we have got everything which we need as a part of our demo. And if you see on the parent folder, we have got one file which is called Jenkins file. Okay, this is very important. We have talked about, right, writing the Jenkins files, having the builds, having the stages, or running some sort of agents. So these Jenkins files where we are going to execute will run under our node environment. That's why if you see line number 4 is saying all the commands which we are going to put, which will be coming under node environment. Okay, this is a Jenkins files which I have prepared. I will walk you through step by step. Before that, there is a sample file. The URL you will also get in the repository, as well as I will share with you. So if you see here, what we have got is, this is a complete simple Jenkins files that is provided by Salesforce. So you see here they are saying the definition. Definition is basically creating a variable. That is why we are creating definition. Accept consumer key, from where we are getting, we are referring to the environment variable of our PC, and then we are putting the name that we have given as a part of our environment variable. That is what this is. Similarly, we are referring all these. We have got test label, you have got package. If you have a package, you can have package version, instance URL. So every single thing you can give it here. We're not using tool belt, so we are not going to worry about that. So the very first step that we talked is getting the source code from our GitHub to our local and then check out to the master branch or the branch which we are referring to. That is what we say, that checkout source. This is checkout SCM. This is the sample command source control management. Just put that as it is. Okay. Now there are a few things that you can have. As you know that our Salesforce environment, we cannot deploy to Salesforce environment without credentials, right? This is not ANT file where we have given the username and password. So here what we need to tell the system is, we are going to execute all the commands with credentials. Okay, what credentials we will say is, we will have a file where credential ID is the ID which we have given, we have taken from Jenkins and stored into environment variable. And what is the variable? We will say JWT key file. Instead of server key file, you can have anything, JWT key file, server key file, you can put that as well. Okay, and then here you see authorized DevOps. If you are following scratch org development, you can create a scratch org, then deploy to scratch org, push to test scratch org. So there are various test stages. You can see here they have given various test stages with most of the use cases which you can use as a part of your CI/CD implementation. Now let's see what our Jenkins files contains. Our Jenkins files contain some variables. Okay, we've got build number, artifact number, username. Then you have got hub org, whatever the hub org username we have given in environment variable, our instance URL, JWT credential ID, consumer key, every single thing we have, and then we are printing those details to see if we are able to access those or not. First step, check out the source code. Now here talk about with credential. We said that file, credential ID, this is our field, basically the variable that we have created, JWT cred ID. Variable, you can see server key file, JWT key file, which you want. That is up to you. Okay, this variable we are going to use in our command. Okay, so now here the very first stage, authorize org. It can be your production, your sandbox, or your scratch org, anyone. It can be anyone. Okay, now here we are checking if our Jenkins is set up inside Windows machine or PC machine, or sorry, Mac machines or Linux machines. So if it is Unix, that means it is running either Macintosh or Linux. We will run a shell command. So we will say that sh run status, tell us the status as a true, and this is the script. Okay, so how we are going to get the things over here? You see the same script you are running. If I show you the command that we have used, SFDX force auth JWT grant client ID. Okay, and after client ID we are using the variable with the help of dollar signs. We say that dollar and then our consumer key, the variable that we have created using def statement. Then our username, the username that we have given here. If you see here, we have the username. Then we have got JWT key file. Where we will get JWT key file? The variable that we have created over here. And then -d, we wanted to make sure it is a default org. Instance URL we are getting from our host. We are doing this with the help of fls. If Unix run batch shell command, If Windows run batch command, everything else is same. What we say is store inside a variable called RC. If RC is not equal to 0, that means there is some error, and log the error, say hub organization authentication fail. Okay, we can also print. And these are the commands for creating the scratch org that I have commented out for this demo purpose. If you want, you can try it and you will definitely get this, because this is the tested commands I have commented out. Okay, stage number 2, convert SFDX. As we are using source format, we'll try with the SFDX format as well. For now we are using source format. What we need to say is, again similarly the same thing. Okay, we'll say converting SFDX to normal project. What command we need to run is SFDX force source convert. What location we need to convert is, this is the location where our SFDX project is, where we wanted to store inside a SRC folder, and we got it. We have already done this in the previous videos when we were working with SFDX. If you have missed those lectures, please go ahead and watch those before going with this. Then we are deploying this. We have talked about how we can deploy this. Similarly, if else, run batch command or shell command. All the commands are we are deploying, or we are doing all these using our SFDX commands, just referring the variables that we have created on the top. Then we are checking the deployment status, if the deployment is done or not. Then we are sleeping for 60 seconds. Why we are sleeping? So that we can get to know of if our deployment is succeeded or not. Then we are again checking the status. Then here we are assigning a permission. So how we will get this, which permission set we need to assign? So this is the name of our permission set. If you go here under the permission sets, you will see this is the name, your dreamin permission. Okay, so you have got your dreamin, and then this is our hub org username to which user we need to assign. And again, if the permission set is not assigned, throw the error. If you wanted to break your operation, you need to throw the error. If not, then don't throw the error. Then import the data. So these are the few commands for importing the data. Okay, like data tree import. I am not going to like dig deep into these commands, but these are the few commands where you need to tell your JSON file that JSON file contains the mapping, and this is our location. If you go here to your project, inside your project data is a folder, accounts.json is the file where we have got everything. This is how you need to map, and you will get every single thing to be imported inside Salesforce using this command. You can also go ahead and then learn about SFDX data import command. Okay, then we are running local test. We have already seen how to run local test here. SFDX force apex run test. We need to define test label. We can also refer variable here, like you have seen the simple Jenkins file by Salesforce. I have said that run local test, and then under which user you need to run, this is the user. Okay, you can also have, I haven't, like this is for Unix. For Windows I can run batch command bat and then do that. I have commented out for now so that it don't throw the error of code coverage. And at the end we are opening using SFDX force org open, and this is our username. That's it. So I know that there are too many stages, but these are very simple and straightforward stages that you can put over here. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll go there, copy this link to our repository, go to your Jenkins dashboard. This is what I did as a part of testing. Okay, I will go ahead, click on new item, and once we are here, new item, we will say let's quickly name it as production deployment. Okay, using SFDX. Select pipeline project, click on OK. This is our project which we have just created. You can provide the description. It is a GitHub project. Yes, it is. Provide the URL. Build the triggers. You can say build periodically. You wanted to. We can put that as well. Then pipeline. We need to select this time pipeline script from source control management. What is SCM? It is JIT. Git. Where is our repository? This is our repository. If it is a private, select your credentials. Okay. Then provide which master branch or other branch you wanted to locate. Okay. You wanted to build. Then Jenkins files. This is the exact file that you have to put. You don't need to worry about any other thing. Okay. For this periodic thing, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and use the same for every 5 minutes we wanted to build, and we'll just go ahead and apply it. We got the message, go ahead and save. And once you did this, go ahead, you saved. What we will do is we'll go ahead and build now. Once we click build now, we have got the build number 1, and we will see the stage view over here within a few seconds. So as you can see here, this is checkout source code. Okay, we're checking out. Then we are here on the authorize org. We are authorizing to the Salesforce org. If you wanted to see every single thing in the console format, you can just click on this build number, and this build number will give you the console output. You can go to the console and you can see the console output. Okay, so it will take some time, so I'm going to pause here, and yeah, I'm just going to pause and then resume once the deployment is completed. So as you can see here, the build number 1 is successfully completed, and as soon as it completed, it has opened this application, the org for me. And if you go to the accounts, and under that accounts, this time I will be able to see that there are few accounts which has been imported as a part of our process. So just go ahead, select new this week, and you will be able to see the all the account records which has been imported over here as a part of this process. You can see I've got 10 account records. If I say Northern Travel, if I open this account record, I should be able to see there are no contact under this account record. But if I go to the contacts, okay, there is one contact called Amit Singh. So if I go ahead and open this contact called Jonathan Bradley, so if you see this, Jonathan Bradley is coming as a part of the deployment process. The account is Madison Investments. So if I open this account, you will be able to see that under this account we have got total of 5 records. So that is how your deployment works. If you get back to your console views, okay, into the build number, you can see number 2 is also running because of our polling. But if we get back to our number over here, we see we've got build number 1. It successfully ran. If you go to the console output, in the console output you will be able to see every single thing, like this is the username, this is the key id, this is our consumer key, this is the login instance, and that is how our code did work. You see here we did ran this command, which was the actual command which we ran. Okay, successfully authorized. Then we converted to normal project. This is our folder where we can go ahead and check the complete details. Then we have got deployment. We did deploy it. Then this is where we check the status. For now, if you say success is true, okay, so we've got this success true. We again saw the status. Then we assign the permission set to the user. You see result is success. There are no failures. Then we have seen imported the data. We got all these accounts. Then we imported some contacts. We got contacts as well. And this opened, and this is the URL which is opening our Salesforce environment. So that is how you do create a SFDX pipeline, basically Jenkins pipeline using SFDX. You can also put some other things over here, like you can have some sort of you wanted to send the emails to the users. If there is any failure, you wanted to attest, or you wanted to create the issues to the Jira environment, you can also do that. There are so many things that you can include in this pipeline. So this is it for this video. Thank you for your time, and in the coming video we will see how we can use this same project to deploy to our sandbox environment, because this is where we did was production. We will use most of the time we will be using sandbox, so we will see how we can configure the same to sandbox environment. Thank you.